Liftoff of mission 41B, first flight of the Orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Hey, welcome to the Health or High Water episode here with Trip Parks and Brett Hutari, sitting in our studio on a beautiful, cold, cloudy Thursday?
Denver Thursday. Wednesday. Oh,
Wednesday. It is a Wednesday there. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. What's going on, Trip? How you doing?
Dude, I am exhausted, but I'm super happy. We've got a lot of amazing things coming up in the books. We've got a crazy announcement coming Monday. So, guys, at 1 p.m., there's going to be a very, very special podcast coming out at 1 p.m. November 6th. If you guys have been listening to this podcast, even a few episodes, you cannot miss this podcast. We got an amazing guest and a special announcement.
Yes, we do. Big announcement. Speaking of big announcements, I wanted to do a quick public shout out to O2 Boost, part of the Hematech company, which is all about oxygen remedies. Incredible company. We have officially partnered with them. If you've been around, you've heard us talk about O2 Boost, and it's not something that the public's aware of.
We're official now, man.
Yeah, it's official. So we're going to get this stuff out there. The body has incredible capabilities when it has excess oxygen availability.
If you guys want to learn more about this product, we had Dr. Randy Snook on, I think, about 10, 15 episodes ago. So definitely go check out that episode. We also want to thank our other sponsors, You vs. You clothing brand, the motivational brand that motivates you. We want to thank Laguna Coffee as well as Cauliflower Labs, our supplement company, Gene Planet. We also have a book on Amazon and Kindle called Health Profiling. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's it. It was good.
Yeah, all right.
Solid. Hope you guys are having great. Today's episode is we're going to get into some sleep. So we're going to talk about sleep, the importance of sleep.
And this is we're going to be doing a 3-part series on this. So make sure you guys are staying tuned. And make sure you guys are liking and subscribing this too, so you're not missing any episodes. Make sure you're giving us some 5-star reviews because every little bit helps, guys.
5 stars.
5 stars.
So let me start it off by saying, and we can get into it. I want to keep this informal, and then we can dive into some important stuff with sleep. So sleep is literally the key to life. It is where our body repairs itself. It's where we download our dreams and our consciousness. It's where we download our day, our conversations, the faces that we see, the people we talk to, the ideas we have. It's where our body repairs. I think it's a really important thing to talk about, especially with you, Trip, because everybody you meet has different, ability to find that deep rest, that deep sleep, right?
Well, yeah, that too. And like us doing these genetic tests, we've had things like sleep latency and decency on these programs and whatnot. And I get to talk to these clients that we have talking about, like, how is your sleep? And, 9 times out of 10 that their genetics show that they're having sleep issues, whether that's staying asleep, whether that's falling asleep. There's all these different factors that go into it, that we're able to talk about and talk scientifically now, which is really cool.
Yeah, I love that. That's exciting. Yeah, so there's been a lot of discussion about how much sleep do I need. People have asked me all the time, I get 7 hours, I get 8 hours,
well,
I get 5
what do you
hours.
get? What's your sleep routine like?
So when I'm sleeping my absolute best, which I'm a great sleeper, so we're going to get into some of the things that I do to sleep well. I sleep very well. But I sleep about a solid 6 hours, maybe a little over 6 hours of real quality sleep. That's all I need to function.
Now, and again, I'm going to kind of go into some questions here about your specific sleep. And as I'm asking these questions, guys, you're listening, I want you guys to answer them in your head. Right, I want you guys to follow along with us too, because these are gonna tell yourself, and if you guys end up working this down the road, how we're gonna program sleep for you. And so, do you go to sleep at the same time every night?
Yes, same time every night.
Do you try to get at the same time every night?
It's the best you can. There are times I get away from it, but yeah, I try to go to bed at the same time every night.
Do you have a nighttime ritual?
Absolutely, every single time.
So what's your nighttime ritual?
My nighttime ritual is I occasionally am watching a sporting event on TV or a movie, or I have something on in the background while I'm finishing up my day, whether that be finishing up writing something or any kind of work I have going on, and then I'll be making food for the next day.
Okay.
Typically, that's my best. It doesn't happen every single day, but that's my best routine. And then, as the time starts winding down towards my time where I know I need to go to sleep, then I start heading downstairs and, I do my nighttime routine, which is shower, brush my teeth, all the hygiene stuff. And then sometimes I'll get my clothes out or get the laundry or whatever I need to get done. And then usually I'll check, my social media for a second, and then I set that down and I'm in bed. And sometimes I'll put a movie on or stand up or something interesting, and then sometimes I won't, and I'll just lay down. Depends on how tired I am.
Okay, what about waking up? Waking up at the same time every day?
Yeah, pretty much, depending on sessions, when what work I have that day. Yeah, waking up around the same time every day. Even on the weekends, I wake up the same time. Right.
And you're would you consider yourself a heavy sleeper, not a light sleeper?
Yeah. I'm definitely not a light sleeper at all. I'm a heavy sleeper.
Do you feel rested when you wake up?
Super rested.
So these are kind of questions that, Brett and I would ask you guys if you guys came in too, and we would cross-reference this with your genetic test as well as if you're wearing a fitness tech like a Whoop or an iWatch, trying to get those stats in as well. I'm a terrible sleeper. Like the worst.
Let's go into yours. Let me do yours for a second.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about and don't hold back for the podcast.
No, I'm going to be very honest
here.
Give
me the honest.
I'm going to give you
Give me honest answers, okay? Scale of 1 to 10. How do you sleep? 1 being absolutely insane insomniac. 10 being, man, do I feel rested every time I wake up?
3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
When you look at your sleep routine right now, what's one thing you think you could improve upon?
Number 1, I need to get back on a better bedtime routine, a better bedtime ritual. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is I really need to cut out the blue light in my sleep cycles, like leaving the TV on at night. But it's hard with roommates and stuff. You have to distract the outside noise to get to sleep to begin with. So my goal is, hopefully once I'm in a new place down the road, that I'm able to, set up my room for a good sleep. Mm-hmm. And mine's not set up for that right now.
Yeah, you don't have your environment right. Do you sleep? You sleep with all the lights off? Do you have any lights on?
Just like a movie or like stand up or something in the background.
Something in the background while you sleep. Do you do a fan?
All the time.
All the time fan.
All the time.
If you didn't have the fan, how do you think that would affect you? Would it be tougher to sleep?
I think so, just because of the noise that goes on. Like one of my roommates is up from like 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the morning. So he's always kind of banging around and doing stuff, and it's a good way to kind of mute the noise, at least for me. I kind of got into that habit with a ex-girlfriend back in the day. She was like, I can't sleep without stuff going on, and it just screwed me up so bad.
Where's your phone when you sleep?
At my feet.
Okay. And are you on social media before you go to bed?
Yes.
It's the last activity you do?
Yeah, that's the last thing I do.
And you rate your sleep around a 3.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night?
Oh yeah, I'm a very very light sleeper.
Okay.
If something bangs on the wall or something like that, like I'm up and ready to go.
Do you have trouble going back to sleep sometimes once you're up?
Oh yeah, and I do contribute some of that too to cortisol. You can feel kind of it building up. Your sleep quality goes down, your stress hormones are up. Mm-hmm. Once I can afford some like ashwagandha and whatnot to naturally combat that, I'll start feeling better. Every time I take ashwagandha after like a month, I'm like, my sleep is better. Mm-hmm. I stay asleep better, but I think I have a high propensity to hoard cortisol in my system.
I actually can agree with that. Yeah. You're high energy. You're way more high energy than I am. High strung is a negative connotation because you use it for good, but I can definitely see you're a highly efficient person, and you're always active. You're always looking for the next thing to accomplish. So
high strung is right.
Yeah,
it's the right answer. 100%.
Didn't want to offend you.
No. We're being honest here. I am high strung, and I feel like if I let go of that for even a second, my life will spiral out of control.
So, what's the picture time in your life where you slept great? Has there ever been a time in your life where you're like, "Dang, I slept great"?
When I was a teenager.
Okay.
There was a few days there like I didn't want to wake up and go to school, but I've kind of had to program myself to be an early riser, mm-hmm. and genetically I'm a night owl. So I've because of me, my blue collar family wanting to get up early and whatnot, I fell along with that. And I think that has naturally messed up with my circadian rhythm, and I'll get into circadian rhythm later in the episode though. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But
These are interesting. These are all questions that'll come up when we're discussing sleep, how important sleep is. Like I said, a little nugget, and I'll pass it right back to you. Sleep is as much of your life as movement is, right? Sleep is where we download everything. If we can't sleep, we're not able to restart that day. If we're not sleeping right, our body's not repairing itself, regenerating. We don't feel rested the next day. So we have to find ways that we can sleep better. If there's people out there too, you and I have clients people we work with who have insomnia, have other issues, and we ask some of these questions to them, and they're like, yeah, I sleep with my phone. My phone's with me. I don't have a bedtime routine. None of that matters. We can't start looking at insomnia and other things until you've tried setting up a bedtime ritual.
100%. And one thing I used to do, and for you guys listening too, that was like my time to make a protein shake, do some stretches before bed, just wind down, like read a little bit. It's a good time to read, a good time to meditate. We have a hard time calming down because of everything we're thrown at with every day, especially in today's society. Mm-hmm. Getting bombarded by emails, phone calls, texts. You're trying to, a lot of people are trying to date, or if they are dating someone, they're trying to figure out something nice to do with their loved one. There's all these different factors, kids,
Sure.
all these take into consideration, and you're 100% right.
I was just having a lunch with a very good friend of mine. We had the conversation about, the happiest people and the people whose health just starts to improve miraculously. Like they're more energy, they're everything in their life gets better. And a lot of it's attributed, number one, to their sleep, but number two, to their dedication to something creative in their life. So at the end of the day,
it's like purpose.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is something we can bring up too with sleep is, we're working all day long. We have our jobs, all of us, especially probably people listening to this podcast, have a lot of stuff to do between work, family, and all. How many of us are lucky to have time set aside to creative projects we love to do, like playing music,
right,
or writing a book, or... But when we even set aside 5 minutes to practice something we love to do, how much better our life gets, what we're missing in that. So that's a piece of sleep too, is like getting to accomplish everything you want to during the day.
Well, and I want to state something too, is waking up ritual is, I think, is just as important as going to sleep as well, right? So we think of bedtime ritual being from the time we go to sleep into sleep. We don't think about the wake up phase.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm very, very strict about me going to bed at a certain time, so I can wake up at a certain time. Right. Like, and you're the same too. Like you said, I try to go to bed at the same time every night.
Yeah. It's
just as important to wake up at the same time every day too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure. Heck yeah. 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 One of the best, and this is the way to wake up, guys. This is the way to do it. If you need to wake up at 6:30 or 5:30, wake up at 5, lay in bed for 15 minutes, not on your phone. You cannot bring your phone out. Your phone will ruin everything. Leave your phone in. Don't touch your phone for an hour. Don't even look at your phone. Should not be part of your, but you lay in bed for 15 minutes and you think about what you're doing on that day. Let your body wake up, and you're not moving at all. And that way it gives you a chance for your body to slowly wake up, slowly mentally organize your day, and then you can begin with a much better purpose.
Or you could put a bucket of water and a lighter next to your bed, light your bed on fire in the mornings, and then as soon as you're able to get up out of the bed, use the ZZZzzzz bucket of water to put out the fire. Rinse and repeat every day for the rest of your life.
I love it. I love it. That is a good one.
Please actually don't do that. It was a joke.
Yeah, we are not.
We are not liable for your bed fires.
If you light it. Yeah. So, those bedtime routines, those nighttime routines. Another thing is, do we eat before bed? Do we fast before bed?
And if we are eating, what are we eating?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Is it a protein shake? Are you down in some ice cream? Are you down in some Reese's? Because those sugars affect your sleep cycles.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, so this isn't scientific, I'm going to be anecdotal here, but one thing I've noticed is when I'm bulking, when I'm eating a surplus of calories, when I'm not concerned about leaning out, I sleep so good. Like, I mean, I just sleep great. When I'm not eating or I'm fasting, my dreams just go wild. I'm like literally like wired. Like even when I'm sleeping, I'm having, what are those dreams called?
Lucid dreams?
Dude, I do lucid dreaming all the time when I don't have food in my system. Just more like more like attentive to because when you're starving or when you're really hungry and your body's like, I need food, and you're getting that hunger signal, your body, you're like there has to be like this chemical like overload that is like telling your body to like get on an adventure, find this food.
Well, I'm going to propose something real quick too to add on to that. Is you need the right nutrients to get up, get a good workout in, get a good day in. I think you need enough nutrients to go to sleep. Right? It's there has to be a certain number of nutrients and whatnot to help you provide a well balanced sleep.
And don't forget too, you're going through water too when you're sleeping, so you're dehydrating as you sleep. So I always felt way better when I was drinking a full glass of water before bed, whether I was thirsty or not.
And waking up and having one too. Immediately.
Before you go to bed, glass of water. When you wake up, glass of water. Always. Such a good habit to get into.
Oh, it's amazing. And you and I preach hydration up and down.
I will literally annoy you constantly and feel no sorrow or shame about hydrating.
Yeah, because it's important for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Overhydration. I would say never killed anybody, but it definitely has.
Yeah.
But that's obviously
I doubt that's really going to happen with society. So,
yeah.
I mean, I always try to tell my clients to, try to get at least a gallon in a day especially if you're in a high altitude environment. Like you're going to need a little extra water here.
Oh God, in Denver for sure.
Well, and when I was in North Carolina and whatnot, I was drinking, 80 to 100 ounces of water a day, like clockwork, right? And when I got back here, I was doing the same thing, and it wasn't near enough. Right, not even close. I was like drinking 120,
Totally.
140, and it was still bare minimum.
Yep.
Just because the climate was that different, it's just sucking the water out of you. And you think about it too. And I'm not sure about the numbers on this, but I'm pretty sure even in a human environment or in a semi-human environment, you lose about 0.5 liters of H2O through your breath alone throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
So you think about that, like what you're losing just out of your breath alone. Like think about your precipitation or your perspiration, and all these other factors. If you're not feeling it right, you're just down in some Cokes. Like your body's not able to replenish that.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Yeah, if you're talking for your job, you need more water. I'm always preaching more water. It has a huge impact on how you sleep too, being dehydrated versus being hydrated.
As well as electrolyte used to make sure that you're holding on to your hydration, right? Do you have electrolytes to hold on to, or is it just going straight through you?
I've been doing salt in the morning.
That's smart.
Yeah, I've been doing salt immediately when I wake up. The last 4 days I've done it, and I feel so much more hydrated, better.
You're retaining that water better.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping better because of it too?
I don't know necessarily that I could say that yet, but I've been sleeping great. I had no problem sleeping at all. The other thing that we can get into with sleep, we want to talk about is naps. What's really funny is I have a blog article about, it's called "To Nap or Not." that is the question. Some people work third shift, some work second shift. It matters not when you sleep, right? You can sleep during the day, you can sleep at night. Granted, I think it truly is some benefit, right, to sleep during the nighttime, right, when it's dark out. That's our natural. I wouldn't say we're nocturnal, right?
Well, I have a different approach on that, and I haven't tried this myself, so I can't say like go out and do this. But like I'm very primal with the way I program things. Like hey, if there's back in the day when we were cave people, oh there's some potatoes in the ground, blah blah blah, get them up. Oh, there's a rabbit, I'm gonna hunt it, and like we go and move, and in between you take naps. Right? There's a study out that's like someone said like 5 20-minute naps a day spread out throughout the day are equivalent to a good 8-hour sleep.
Yeah.
And I want to try this one day when I have some time. But getting into that cycle of being able to sleep 20 minutes through, breaking that apart, I think that's more natural to our ancestor circadian rhythm or natural life cycle than what we're doing right now.
No, that's totally true. I've literally already done that test where I would wake up in the morning and it goes to what type of work you're doing during the day, right? Like what is your brain doing? Is your brain doing rote memorization stuff during the day where you're moving, let's say you're in marketing and you're all right, putting this here, all right. And I don't want to pick on marketing, but
Hey, man.
but yeah, I know. It depends kind of what your brain activity is. But if you're full force, if you're like engaged in your job, you gotta shut down. What's his name? Leanne and James Pyle were here. And,
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about that, and he said sit in the dark. You don't necessarily have to close your eyes. 100% true. Like you just have to shut down the system for 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Literally lay down, and you will recuperate at least an hour and a half of energy.
No, I agree. I do that all the time too. Like, hey, like I need to I need to go horizontal for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's important too. Is especially in American culture, we are go 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 go. There is no time off, and that time off, whether it being sleep, being a nap, being your own personal health time, being gym, meditation, what the fuck ever have you.
Yeah.
That is so important to your cognition at work and everything else that it's worth the time.
Yeah.
Being more, let's say being more efficient at work. It's like, hey, like what this task used to take me 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because I would go on it. I would slam some Cokes and have some snacks while I'm doing it. But now I'm going to the gym for 30 minutes in the morning. I'm getting my water and whatnot. It's taking me an hour because I can actually focus on it.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I think the same has to be for sleep too, right?
Yeah, you and I have used the term bandwidth a lot lately. I like that word because it describes we're creative batteries. So our brains and our bodies only have so much energy, right? And so we can burn out. You've heard the term burnout. We've used that term too, like burned out. That's an easy way to know you're at the end of your creative limit is to burn out. So these are all strategies. And now, we're talking directly to, you guys as you're, whether you're in the car, whatever you're doing. These are creative strategies to, number one, reduce your burnout. And number two, like use your creative capacities efficiently. So you're not, burning yourself out and just kind of trudging through your day, right? Like you only have one life, as far as we know. And you only have one day at a time. So we're trying to make these days more efficient by finding ways that we can sleep better, and finding ways that we can get better quality sleep. So we're excited to take on the day.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say something. I'm going to challenge everyone out there to be a little selfish about their own time for their health, right? If you guys are listening to this and you guys are unhealthy, you guys are not doing the right things that you can improve on certain things. Like I know I could get a 10-minute workout in. I know I could get an extra glass of water in a day. I know I could instead of that Coke for lunch, I'm going to get a water instead. There's certain little things, and I challenge you guys to be selfish on this because if you're not able to take care of yourself, you cannot take care of what you need to take care of responsibility-wise at 100%. It's just the fact. And without getting good quality sleep, the same thing applies. Right? And now I'm going to explain a little bit about circadian rhythm, what that is, okay? So our circadian rhythm is our body's natural ability it's maintaining a healthy circadian rhythm includes the impact on sleep and wake cycles, hormone regulation over our health. It really is about our natural bodies throughout the day, like, hey, when we wake up, when we go to sleep, when we eat, when we go to the gym. It's really regimental based, right? That's why we're creatures of habit. We love to be conditioned. When we mess with our circadian rhythm, let's say we're getting 4 days of really good sleep, we're working out, whatnot, then we go out that night, we fucking binge on some alcohol, we're having some bad food or whatnot, your sleep quality goes down, then the next day you feel like you're dragging ass because you mess with your natural circadian rhythm of your cycle. Right, and that happens all the time. Whether that we go out too late to a concert, we wake up too early to go on a flight, we're going on vacation, we're messing with that naturally, and everyone feels extra tired, right? It's like, what's wrong with me? Why am I so tired? It's like that's how much our regiment is important to our body cycle. What was I gonna say? Something about hormone regulation with that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
For sure. Yeah. It regulates your hormones to have that cycle. Yeah, that rhythm. No, I can wait for you if you want to.
Nah, it's already past the go.
So, yeah. What you're talking about too is the biggest thing about my personal wellness journey for 15 years or so has been about developing a closer relationship with the communication with my own body. So like, what signals, and this goes for you too, and you Trip, and like all of us, is what signals our body sending to us? So, hey, I'm exhausted, I need sleep. Hey, I'm sedentary. I need activity. I need to go for a run. I'm anxious. I have all this anxious energy. I need to go out for a jog. It's always sending these signals to us. And so you're your own best doctor. I'm my own best doctor. People listening, we're all our own best doctor. The thing is that it's too commonplace that we've forgotten to listen to our bodies. Most people who aren't in the health and wellness and fitness industry don't even know what listening to your body means. They go, oh, what does that mean? I'm tired, I go to sleep. It's sending a lot more signals than just tired sleep, right?
Right.
It's sending all these signals all day long. Gut instincts. Hey, who do I feel comfortable around? How do I feel about this idea? How do I feel about this? It's constantly sending us messages. And I think the big thing for us to learn, and this ties in right with sleep, is how intuitive and how close of a relationship we're developing with our own communication devices. I think that's a big problem with gaining weight is we stop listening to ourselves.
Well, and to kind of add on to your point too, it's like, let's say someone who is overeating, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not for everybody, but just an example is, let's say someone's overeating and maybe they're not hungry for food. Maybe they're hungry for love or hungry for that attention that they never got or whatnot, right? It's the same kind of aspect in a sense,
Yeah, overeating to cover up some sort of... Yeah, because you're getting that, because you're attributing that dopamine hit with something you're missing for sure.
Exactly.
It's all under the guideline of addiction, which is it's a pathological relationship with a mind-altering experience that has life-damaging consequences. Life-damaging being the overriding theme there. So we want to have relationships with things that give us a benefit to our life. And here's the big thing too, turning this whole episode and getting the point through, is this is all behavioral. So this is all discipline as well, disciplinary. So number one, I don't care, and I had a great win with somebody I was training recently. I don't care if you want to come or you don't want to come to a session, or you want to work out or you don't want to work out. That's not important. The important thing is that you show up. Okay?
Right.
Because 5 years down the road, you're not going to remember, hey, did I care on October 26, 2021? Did I feel like going to the gym? That's not going to matter. But all those victories of going to the gym are going to build the routine, build the discipline from it. It's all about developing discipline. There is no better remedy to bad sleep than developing the discipline of a healthy wind-down routine, let go of all your stress of the day, and a healthy wake-up routine. Get ready, prepare for the day. Something great's going to happen to you today.
I agree 100%. I know we're winding down a little bit here. We're getting towards the end. We're going to be, again, guys, we're going to be doing a 3-part series on this, maybe 2, not sure yet, but we're We're going to be kind of talking a little bit about this more in detail here down the road. But if there's anything you guys can take away what Brett just said about regimen and taking some time for yourself here, as well as as Brett said earlier too. You're just killing it with the points today. Is being aware of what's going on and listening to your body. Sometimes when we want to go grab a soda or grab a candy bar or whatnot, maybe we should just have a drink of water and see if that satiates us. Those kind of things, and also write things down. Hey, this night I didn't have a good sleep. This morning I woke up not feeling energized, and then write down why. Hey, did I eat something bad that next night? Did I eat before I went to bed? Did I have a soda? Did I watch a scary movie the night before? Like all these things, like you can be your own detective.
Yeah, that last thing I wanted to add into what you just said, which is perfectly summed up, is we mentioned earlier in the midway through this episode about finding something you enjoy that excites you. That's like a legacy project, whether it be creating music or a new book you're reading or something you're doing. Maybe you write poetry, whatever it is that excites you and finds creativity. Those are so important because it gives you the excitement and the energy to wake up for tomorrow and not know what to expect, right? You could create something that you don't know what to expect. The worst thing is to know exactly what to expect the next day and to lose excitement for every single day. So try to think about that as a parting thought. What is it today that excites you, that you're excited to wake up and take on that's challenging? And what is excited tomorrow? Something that you're building that's challenging, but that you're starting to see progress in. And we'll be here for you along the journey.
Awesome, guys. Thanks again. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. Please tell everyone about this show. Every single person that starts subscribing to us helps build this show. If we get 500, maybe 1,000 more downloads here in the next month. Brett and I have been talking about getting some video equipment in here.
Then you can see Tripp's true antics in the studio.
I'm really a praying mantis.
Oh.
Oh, well, hey, guys, once again, thank you guys so much. Peace.
All right. See ya.